Hello, my dear students. Today we'll start inverse trigonometric functions. But before inverse trigonometric functions, we have to know the basic condition of functions and the definition of inverse function. So let us start first with functions. What is functions? The basic definition of function is for every input there must be a unique output. Okay. So let us see some example. Like if I take x y equals to 2x, that means I'm taking a function f such that x to y. Here this x and second set is y. So we are defining a function from x to y. So basic criteria, if we put x equals to 1, then obviously y equals to 2. Then if you took 2, then 4, 3, then 6, 4, then 8. This is the function, that is y equals to 2x. That means if x equals to 1, then y equals to 2x. If we come on this example, x equals to 1, then okay, y equals to 2, 2 then 4, 3 then 6, 4 then 8. There is extra image here, that is 10. The basic criteria of function is for every input there must be a output, the unique output. Okay, but here is extra output. So extra output can be present, but extra element must not be present in the function. That means if extra element is present, that means the output is not present, and if output is not present, that means that is not a function. See this example. If x equals to 1, then y is 2, 2 then 4, 3 then 6, 4 then 8, but 5 is don't have any image. That means this is not a function. So this is a basic criteria of functions. Let us come on another example. If x equals to 1, if we take here, if x equals to then another function, that is y equals to x square. If x is minus 1, then obviously y is 1, and if x is 1, then 1 square is 1, then 2, then 4, minus 2, then also 4. That means it is a function. Okay, this is a function. Come on this one, minus 1, then 1, 1 then 1, 2 then 4, minus 2 then 4. Here also extra image is present. So just I told you that extra image can be present. And next, the last example, if x is minus 1, then y is 1. The same function is here, y equals to x square. x1, then y1, 2 then 4, minus 2 then 4. But again 3 is the element whose image are not present. That means for this it is not a function. Okay, so this was the basic criteria of function. And if we want to start inverse trigonometric function, before that one we have to know the types of functions also, and the inverse definition of inverse of a function also. Okay, so first come on 1 function. 1 function means every element must have a unique image. Okay, that means जो भी एलिमेंट होगा उसका एक इमेज वहां होना चाहिए. So let us see first example. In this one, if x is 1, obviously y is 2, 2 then 4, 3 then 6, 4 then 8. That means every element of x must have a image in y. That means one element, as the name suggests, that is 1 function. As the name suggests, that means one element having one image. In this one also, this is also 1, and this is not a function. This is not a function. Why? Because 5 don't have the image. Okay, next come on the function which is not 1, that type of function is called many ones function. As the name suggests, many one means many element having one image. So if you see this example, that is 1 and minus 1, more than one element having one image, that is 1, that is many one function. Again in this one, more than one element having one image, that means this function is called many one function. वैसा फंक्शन जिसमें एक से अधिक एलिमेंट का एक इमेज होता है, उस टाइप का फंक्शन को हम लोग बोलते हैं मेनी वन. व्हाई? एज द नेम सजेस्ट, मेनी एंड वन, दैट मींस मेनी एलिमेंट हैविंग one image. So this is many one function. Okay, and come on this one, this is also many one function. As I told you, extra image may be present, but extra element must not be present in the function. That be because if extra image is here, sorry, extra element is here, that means for this 3 there is no any output. अगर वैसा कोई मशीन है हमारे पास जिसमें हम लोग कुछ आइटम डालें और वो उसका आउटपुट ना दे, मतलब हम बात कर सकते हैं कि वो फंक्शन नहीं कर रहा है. जैसे कि अगर हम फैन ऑन करते हैं, स्विच ऑन करते हैं, अगर फैन स्टार्ट हो गया, दैट मीन्स that fan is in working condition, that means that fan functions. But if we switch on the fan and fan does not revolve, फैन का स्विच ऑन करते हैं बट पंखा नहीं घूमता है, मतलब हम बोल सकते हैं दैट इज नॉट अ फंक्शन. दैट मीन्स फॉर फंक्शन एवरी एलिमेंट मस्ट हैव अ output, every input must have a output. If that condition satisfied, then only we can say that that is a function. Okay, and the basic criteria of inverse of a function is what? So after the types of function, there are many types of functions, that is one function, onto function. Okay, first come on onto function. What is onto function? Onto function says every image must have a pre-image. Okay, that means if there is a function here y equals to 2x, okay, so if y equals to 2, okay, then for y equals to 2 we have a pre-image that is 1. That means if we say x equals to y by 2, that means in this one we are going from y to x. So for this function, for this image 2, there we have a pre-image that is 1. For this image 4 we have a pre-image 2. For this image 6 we have a pre-image 3, and for this 8 we have a pre-image 4. That means obviously it is onto function. Okay, come on this one. That means this function is 1 also and onto also, so we can say that this function is 1 onto function. And this type of function is called bijective function. 1 function is called injective function and onto function is called surjective function, and the function which is both 1 and onto are called bijective function. Okay, next come on this example. For this image 2 we have a pre-image 1. For this image 4 we have pre-image 2. For this image 6 we have pre-image 3, and for 8 we have pre-image 4. That means but there is a image that is 10 which we don't have any pre-image. Okay, 10 don't have pre-image, so that it is not onto. And the function which is not onto is called into function. For more details you can see our previous lecture also. In that one we have covered the types of functions. In that one we had discussed quite in a good way that how to differentiate functions, that means how to write the 1 function and onto function and all. So the function which is not onto are called into function. Next come on this one. If we have 1, come on this function. In this one, 1 having pre-image 1 and minus 1, 4 having pre-image 4, 2, 4 having pre-image 2 and minus 2. That means every element of y have a pre-image in x. That means this is also onto function, since this is many one and onto also, so this is called many one onto function. If we come on this one, 1 having pre-image minus 1 and 1, 4 having pre-image 4, 2 and minus 2, but 9 we don't have any pre-image. That means it is not onto, and the function which is not onto is called into function. That means this function is called, this function, this is many one and into, that means this is called many one into function. This one is called, this is many one and onto, that means it is called many one onto function. And last one, this is not a function. Okay, so this was the basic criteria of basic differentiation between the types of function. That is 1 function, every element having 1 image. Onto function, every image must have a pre-image. Many one, many element having 1 image. Many one onto, that means that function is which, that is many one and onto both, that is called many one onto function. And the function which is not onto, that means there must exist an image whose pre-image is not present, that type of function is called into function. So this was types of functions, and now come on the definition of inverse of a function. What is inverse of function? The basic criteria of inverse of a function, before definition I am telling, if we have a function f such that x to y, then there must exist a function g such that y to x. And the basic criteria is domain of f must have the image of G. Yeah, you can say that. If you don't want to write image, then you can say that the domain of F is equals to the range of G, and the and range of F must be the domain of G. That means if any function is invertible, so if we want to find the inverse of F such that x to y, then the domain of F must be the range of G, and the range of F must be the domain of G. So let us come on definition. The definition is let here let a function f such that x to y be 1 and onto. The basic criteria of invertible function is the function must be 1 and onto, and y be any arbitrary element of y. Okay. Also, f is onto, there exists at least one element in x. There exists at least one element in x such that fx equals to y. Also, f is 1. The element x of capital X is unique. So just I told you that the basic criteria of inverse of function is, if we want to find the inverse of f such that x to y, then there must exist a function g such that y to x, and the main criteria is the domain of f must be the range of g, and the range of f must be the domain of g. Okay, let us see why this is the basic criteria of invertible function, that the function must be 1 onto. ये ऐसा क्यों होता है कि सिर्फ 1 onto functions का ही इनवर्स हम लोग फाइंड कर सकते हैं? Let us see by example. Let us see this function. Just we take the function y equals to 2x. If x equals to 1, y equals to 2, then 4, 3, then 6, 4, then 8. Okay, this is 1 function, and if we want to find the inverse of this function f such that y equals to 2x, then there must exist a function g such that x equals to y by 2. That means the value of x in terms of y. So if we see this is for inverse f such that from x to y, then for g it must be from y to y to x. Okay, so मैंने क्या किया, just इसी को रिवर्स कर दिया है. Okay, then if x equals to y equals to 2, then x is 1, 4 then 2, 6 then 3, 8 then 4. Okay, this is 1 onto function, so its inverse must be present. And let's see some other example. This is also 1 function, 1 cut 2, 2 having image 4, 3 then 6, 4 then 8, and this 10 don't have pre-image. Okay, that means this is not a onto function. And if we define a function y to x, then same example, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2 having image 1, 4 having image 2, 6 having image 3, 8 having image 4, but 10 don't have pre-image. Sorry, 10 don't have image, and since 10 don't have any image, that means in this case it is not a function. That means अगर कोई भी एलिमेंट आपका 10 बच जाता है यहाँ पे, and if you go from y to x and एक एलिमेंट बच गया, that means in this case it is not a function. That means for the basic criteria of invertible function, that means function must be 1 and onto, so that every element of x to y have a image and y to x also have a image. That's why it is the basic criteria of inverse of a function. Let's see another example. Why many one onto function is not invertible. Okay, if we take y equals to x square, then 1 having image 1, minus 1 having 1, 2 having 4, minus 2 having 4. Okay, it is many one function. And if we see it is x to y, and if we see y to x, then we see that for 1 having pre-image 1, minus 1 and 1, 4 having 2 and minus 2. But in this case 1 have more than one image, that means it is not a function. Same we can follow with this one also. 16 don't have pre-image, that's why it is not a 1 1 onto function. That's why the inverse of this function cannot exist. So this is the basic and the form of basic criteria of invertible function. Okay, definition of inverse of a function. Let us come on inverse trigonometric function. But before defining inverse trigonometric function, we must have to know the domain and range of trigonometric functions. Let us come one by one. As we know from class 11, the domain and range of sine is the domain of sine is all real numbers and the range is -1 to 1. But how it happens? Let us see by graph. Okay, if we are taking a graph and if I draw the graph of sine, that is this simply the value of sine, and you see the graph of sine is defined for all real values of x and the range it's come from 1 to -1. Okay, you see the value of sine x changes in y-axis. The maximum value is 1 and the minimum value is -1. That means the range of sine theta is -1 to 1 and range of sine theta is -1 to 1 and the domain is all real numbers as I have written here. And what about cos? Let us see the graph of cos also. If we see the graph of cos, in this one also the maximum value of cos theta is 1 and the minimum value of cos theta is -1 and domain is also, it is from -infinity to +infinity. That's why the domain and range of inverse trigonometric function is, it is cos theta is all real numbers to -1 to 1. And what about sine? What about tan? If we see the graph of tan, okay, what about tan? Tan is simply, if I see the graph of tan, it goes from -infinity to +infinity and the domain of tan theta is, let us first see what is domain, how the domain of tan theta is all real values except all values except 2n plus 1, that is odd multiples of pi by 2. So let us first define this one. If we have tan theta, yeah, simply tan x, so okay, it is tan x, so we can write this one as sin x by cos x, and tan theta is defined, okay, tan theta is defined if cos theta must not be equals to 0 and cos theta is 0. Cos x equals to 0 when x equals to either plus minus pi by 2, yeah, plus minus 3 pi by 2 or plus minus 5 pi by 2 and so on. That means if you are seeing here, it is 1, here we have 3, here 5, that means it is 1 3 5 all are odd. That means cos theta is not defined if x equals to if x equals to odd multiples pi by 2, that means 2n plus 1 pi by 2. That means tan theta is not defined at x equals to 2n plus 1 pi by 2. That means the domain of tan theta is all real numbers except the values where tan theta becomes 0 and the except the values where cos theta becomes 0 and the cos theta becomes 0 at 2n plus 1 pi by 2. That means the domain of tan theta is all real numbers except 2n plus 1 pi by 2. Just see the domain of tan theta is here is the cursor, that is all real numbers except 2n plus 1 pi by 2. Okay, this is the domain of tan theta. And what about range? If you see the range of tan theta, it's go plus infinity to minus infinity. That means the range of tan theta is all real numbers, that means plus infinity to minus infinity. Okay, and if we come on cot, what about cot? If I write here cot theta means cos theta by sin theta. Again, cot theta is not defined when sin theta is 0 and when sin theta is 0, and sin theta is 0 when when theta equals to 0, plus minus pi, plus minus 2 pi, and so on. That means theta equals sine theta is 0 when theta equals to n pi. That means these are the value where sine theta is 0, and where when the sine theta is 0, then cot theta is not defined. That means the domain of cot theta must be all real numbers except n pi. Okay, so let's see the graph. uh, this was tan theta. Let's see the graph of cot theta, cot x. You see the cot theta is not defined at pi by pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, and here comes minus pi, minus 2 pi. In all these values, tan theta becomes infinity. That means the domain of tan theta is all real values except n pi. And what about range? You see the cot theta is defined, it is with is goes with minus infinity to plus infinity. ये पूरा नीचे आता है, से पूरा ऊपर जाता है. That means cot theta, the range of cot theta is all real numbers. And if we come on cosec theta, what about cosec theta? If we come on cosec theta means 1 by sine. These are the basic things that we have already learned in class 11, but still we have to revise these things. Cosec theta, that is 1 by sine theta, and cosec theta is defined when sine theta is not equal to 0, and sine theta is 0 when theta equals to n pi. That means its domain is domain and range. The domain of cosec theta is all real values except the value where the sine theta becomes 0, and the sine theta becomes 0 at n pi. That means it is all real numbers except n pi. And what about range? Let's see the graph of cosec theta. Okay, then we can say that what will be the range of cosec theta. Okay, this is the cosec x. You see the graph of cosec is rise above 1 and below 1. There is no any value of cosec theta between 1 and minus 1. If you want to draw the graph of sine and cosec together, then it will be like this one. You see, it will be like this one. Ye pure line represents sine theta and the dotted line becomes cosec theta. That means if you have to draw the graph of cosec theta, simply draw the graph of sine theta, and simply above 1 and below minus 1, simply draw the graph like this. This will be the graph of cosec theta. And you see here also the cosec theta is not defined at pi, at 2 pi, at 3 pi. That means at these values cosec theta becomes infinity, becomes not defined. So this is the domain and range of range is what? Range, we can say that range simply it's rise between from where to where, above 1 and below minus 1. That means all real values except minus 1 to 1. या इसी को ऐसे बोल सकते हो आप, minus infinity to minus 1, open close interval, this one, union 1 to infinity. And what about cosec? Cosec हो गया. What about sec? If we are writing here sec theta, sec x, that means 1 by cosec, and 1 by cosec again. Sec theta is defined when cos theta will not be equal to 0, and cos x is 0 when, as just we told you, that cos theta is 0 when x equals to odd multiple 2n plus 1 pi by 2. That means these are the values where cos theta is 0, and the value where cos theta is 0, obviously at that value sec theta is not defined. That means the domain of sec theta is all real values except these values where cos theta becomes 0. That means 2n plus 1 pi by 2. And what about range? What about range? Range is same, all real values except minus 1 to 1, or you can write here minus infinity to minus 1, close interval union 1 to infinity. Let us see the graph of sec theta also. Let us see the graph of sec theta, that is cosec. Let us see the graph of sec x. In this one also you can see there is no any value between 1 and -1. In sec also 1 and -1 includes. That means all real values except 1 and -1. This is the graph of simply sec theta. So we had here defined, we have shown the graph of all trigonometric functions, and we have seen here the domain and range of inverse trigonometric functions. Domain and range of trigonometric functions. Okay, so and now next come with the inverse trigonometric functions. So basic criteria of inverse of function, just I told you that this one, if there is a function f such that x to y, then they must define a function g such that y to x, and the condition is domain of f must be the range of f, and range of f must be the domain of domain of f must be the range of g. Okay, and range of f must be the domain of g. जो f का डोमेन होगा वो g का रेंज होना चाहिए, और जो इसका रेंज होगा वो इसका डोमेन होना चाहिए. बेसिक क्राइटेरिया. Then this is the most confusing term in terms of the inverse trigonometric functions. How? Let me tell you. Okay, just the come on, sine x, its domain is obviously, just I told you, domain is all real values, and range is what? Range is -1 to 1. So as from the definition of inverse of a function, if we say y equals to sine x, if we write here sine inverse x, so according to definition, the range of sine inverse must be -1 to 1, and sorry, this one is okay. Next, according to definition, the domain of sine is R, and range is -1 to 1. And according to definition, if we are taking sine inverse x, then the range is -1 to 1 of sine. Then obviously the domain of sine inverse is -1 to 1. And what about range? Range must be equals to R. Okay, but it is not true. Why it is not true? Again, come on the definition of inverse trigonometric functions. Simply inverse of a function. And before that one, let us come on sine. Okay, if we come on sine, then sine 0 is what? First tell me, sine theta is 1 1 or 1 1 function or not? Let us check. Sine 0 is 0, sine pi is 0, sine 2 pi equals to 0, sine 3 pi equals to 0. That means many value of trigonometric function having the same image. That means this function is not 1 1. And the basic criteria of inverse of a function, that function must be 1 1 and onto. And here it is not satisfying. Okay, that means trigonometric function is not 1 1 function. If you see the graph of any trigonometric function. Okay, let us come on first sine also. If it is sine, okay, is sine is 1 1 function? Obviously not. Why? Because if x equals to 0, sine is 0. See here, then pi here also 0, 2 pi here also 0. That means many value having same image. Or simply you can draw a parallel line. Okay, or see whether it is defined or not. If I see x equals to y equals to 1 by 2, then see parallel to x axis here, the line y equals to 1 by 2 and sine cuts at here, more than 1 point. When the graph cuts more than 1 point, that means that function is not 1 1. This function is many one function, and this violates the definition of inverse trigonometric function. That means the basic criteria of inverse trigonometric functions, that must be 1 1 and onto, but here trigonometric functions are many one functions. So that one we have to restrict the limit of the inverse trigonometric function, then only we can say that the function is invertible. So let us see how can make invertible. Start with graph of sine, and how can we restrict the limit of trigonometric functions so that that become invertible function, because the basic criteria, the function must be one onto, and trigonometric functions are many one onto functions. Okay, so let's see first the graph of sine x. If you draw the graph of sine x, and if you want to draw the graph of inverse of any function, then simply remember one trick, that draw the graph of y equals to x. Okay, draw a line y equals to x, and then draw the image of the given graph with respect to y equals to x. That means you can do this type of experiment at a home also. Simply draw the any graph and draw a line y equals to x and keep a mirror on y equals to x. Keep a mirror on y equals to, and see the image of that graph. Okay, so if we see the graph of y equals to sine x, then the image of sine x will be like this one. Okay, that means image of sine x with respect to y equals to x will be this one. And as I told you that trigonometric functions are many one onto, so we, for invertible function, we have to restrict the limit. Let us see how can we restrict the limit. Okay, this is the graph y equals to sine x and y equals to sine inverse x. Okay, this is y equals to x. This graph is y equals to sine x, and this graph is y equals to sine inverse x. But for entire range, this graph is not invertible, so we have to restrict the limit, restrict the range of the graph, okay, of sine inverse x. Okay, first see, if you see here like this one, if you take from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, okay, between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, obviously the graph is 1 on 2. Okay, and if we come from pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, in this also each value of sine inverse x repeats only one time. If you take from 3 pi by 2 to 5 pi by 2, then also the value of sine inverse repeat only one time. That means in these intervals, these graphs are 1 on 2. That means we can say that the invertible functions can be defined within these restricted range. That means from where to where? One is from here we can say minus 3 pi by 2 to pi by 2, sorry, close interval. It can be defined from, if you restrict this one, minus 3 pi by 2 to pi by 2. In this one also this function is defined, and if you take this one, then minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, this interval also this is defined. If you take this interval, then in this one pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, here also this function is defined. Then 3 pi by 2 to 5 pi by 2. That means in these restricted intervals, this sine inverse defines. That means if and only if inverse trigonometric function, inverse of sine is exists, if we restrict the range of the sine inverse x. That means either from 3 pi by 2 to pi by 2, either from this one or this one or this one or this one, and this value, that is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, is known as the principal branch value. That means if we have to write the domain and range of inverse functions, that is sine inverse x. Okay, if you write here sine inverse x, that is domain is, you can see the value lies between 1 and minus 1. The domain is minus 1 to 1, and range, we always write the principal branch value, that is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. This is the domain and range of inverse trigonometric functions. Okay, this is domain and range of sine inverse x. Okay, let us see the graph of sine inverse x. this is y equals to sin x, y equals to x, and the graph of image of this graph is this one, and the graph of sine inverse x will be this one. In sine inverse x will be this. That means that dark blue line represents the graph of sine inverse x. That means this one. This is the graph of y equals to sine inverse x. That the range or domain of this one is minus 1 to 1, and the range of sine inverse x is from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Again, I am telling this is not the compulsory condition, that it can be defined from pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2 to 5 pi by 2. Okay, but if we have to write the domain and range, we always write the principal branch value. That's why the domain of sine inverse x is minus 1 to 1, and the principal branch value, we are not taking the range. Simply I am telling the principal branch value of sine inverse x is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay, so if you see, the domain of sine is minus 1 to 1, and range is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Similarly, if we see the graph of cos inverse x. Okay, so first remove this one. Let us see the graph of first cos. We know the graph of cos x is this one. Okay, and again, if we have to draw the graph of cos inverse x, first of all we have to draw a line y equals to x, and next step, simply draw the image of this graph with respect to this line. That means the reflection of that graph is this one. That is, blue line represents the inverse of this graph. And how can we find the range of this one? So again, also we have to restrict the image of cos x. Okay, so how can we restrict? So we see first, from 0 to pi, this interval repeats one, from 0 to pi, this value is 1 1 on 2. Again, from pi to 3 pi to 2 pi, again this is 1 1 on 2. Let's see this one. If we crop that graph, this one. Okay, and let's shift this one, draw next. Again, we have to restrict the range of this one. And how can we restrict? Simply see first, from where is the pointer? This one, from 0 to pi, then pi to 2 pi, then pi to 2 pi, then 2 pi to 3 pi. In all the intervals, this graph is 1 1 on 2. That means we can say that this is invertible. From this one also, from 0 to minus pi, that means in these intervals these graphs are invertible. Okay, so the range of, and this one is from 0 to pi, then it is pi to 2 pi, then again pi to 2 pi to 3 pi, and so on. That means if we restrict the intervals from 0 to pi, pi to 2 pi, 2 pi to 3 pi, then 0 to minus pi, and so on, then in this case inverse of cos defines. And this interval that is 0 to pi, this interval 0 to pi, that means this range 0 to pi is called principal branch value, and the range of the range of cos inverse x will be domain is minus 1 to 1 and range will be 0 to pi. Let's see in the graph. Okay, then the graph of cos inverse x will be this one. That is, the green line represents the graph of cos inverse x. That means if we remove these graphs, okay, this represents the graph of cos inverse x, and 0 to pi is the principal branch value. In this restricted interval, this function is 1 1 on 2 or invertible. Like same way, we can define the domain and range of each and every trigonometric functions and inverse trigonometric functions. Okay, if we take tan, again, if we want to draw the inverse of this graph, then simply we have to draw the refraction of tan x with respect to line y equals to x, and if you see, then this is the refraction of y equals to x. Okay, again we have to restrict the limit. We have to restrict the limit from pi by 2 to minus pi by 2, then pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, then 3 pi by 2 to 5 pi by 2, and so on. Then again minus pi by 2 to minus 3 pi by 2, and minus pi by 2 pi by 2, tan inverse will never touch this line. Similarly, pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2, tan inverse x will never touch. Why? Because tan theta will not define at the odd multiples of pi by 2, and same happens with the tan inverse x. Okay, so the same funda, and the graph of tan inverse x will be this one. That means domain of tan inverse x, please see the graph. This tan theta defines entire range of x. That means the domain of tan theta is all real numbers, and range will be from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 with open interval. That means this one. Third one. Okay, we have seen in the graph, domain is R and range is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay, very simple. So this is the graph of tan inverse x between from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay, next similarly come on cot. In each and every inverse function we have the same funda. Okay, if we have got the graph of cot, and if we want to draw the refraction of this one, this will be like this one. And please see, 0 to pi, pi to 2 pi, 2 pi to 3 pi, in all the intervals cot inverse x is defined. And if we take the principal branch value, then it will be from 0 to pi. Okay, then the principal branch value of cot inverse x will be where is the cursor? Okay, this one. Domain is all real numbers. As you see in the graph, it defines on entire range of x, and the range will be from 0 to pi. Okay, next if we come on cosec x, again we know cosec x is not defined at when sin x equals to 0. So first draw the graph of cosec x. Cosec x will be this one, and again draw the refraction of this graph with respect to y equals to x, and for in between from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, the principal branch value, this graph will be this one. And again sin theta, since sin theta is 0, and in sin theta, when sin theta is 0, cosec theta is not defined, that's why it is not defined at 0. That means its domain is all your numbers except minus 1 to 1, and range is minus pi by 2 to pi, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 except 0. Similarly, if we take sec x, it is this one, and again draw the refraction of this graph, and if we restrict the limit, then it will be from 0 to pi except pi by 2, because sec theta is not defined at pi by 2. Okay, so this will be the graph of sec. That means in all the graph the method is same. Simply you have to draw the trigonometric graph, then draw the image of that graph with respect to y equals to x, and then restrict the limit. And these limits, these we have written the principal branch value. Again, this is principal branch value, not the particular range. These are the branch values. Okay, above this one also sin inverse and all the trigonometric functions defined, and below this one trigonometric functions are defined, and these are the principal branch value in which we draw the graph. Okay, next if you want to remember in pair. First, if you draw, see, sin inverse cos inverse x, domain are same, tan inverse cot inverse, domain are same, cosec inverse sec inverse, domain are same. And in this one, sin inverse x range is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, same with tan inverse x, same interval between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, open interval, and same with cosec inverse x, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. See here, these are same, and in cosec it is not defined at 0. And same with cos inverse x, it is 0 to pi, then in cot inverse open interval same 0 to pi, and then same closed interval 0 to pi except pi by 2. So my dear students, this was a small lecture on domain and range of inverse trigonometric functions. Remember, if you want to remember fully the domain and range, and if you don't want to forget the domain and range of inverse trigonometric functions, you have to remember the graphs, because graphs are the easiest way to remember the domain and range of any trigonometric functions or any functions. Okay, so please concentrate on graph and always try to draw the graph again and again. And thank you, my dear students, and for more updates please subscribe our channel. Again, thanks a lot.